Hello there, and welcome to Feed the Beast Revelations with me, Stockoglaws. How are you? I hope you're well. Okay, so I've moved. Basically, I've just collected all this up here, the AE2 stuff that we had between episodes, and all I've done is plumb it straight into our AE system. Create a little bit of a wall here because what I want to do is this is going to be all sort of cabling and pipe. But what I want to do is basically have all my process machines, yeah, pulverizers and everything that you can imagine, all along here, in here, all running off this. I had to make a few drives because I've emptied my tablet, apart from a few little things, and I also planted, what do you call it, string. So flax seeds. So we got a load of string because we're going to need a lot of this string because I want to make some dense cables. Dense cables use wool. Well, it uses 4 covered cables essentially, and covered fluix cables are essentially just standard cables with wool. So we're using the string to get the wool. Anyway, I've been collecting these and just sticking the seeds in my tablet and putting the string in the AE system. So I had to make a few drives. So I've made one 64 drive, which is pretty cool. I'll show you. And I made 2 4s and a 16, I think. So the 2 4s are nearly, they are full. And then we've got 1 16, which is half full, and this one here, which is nearly full, believe it or not. So we'll just stick the string in there. Brilliant. Okay. I've also taught it how to make stuff. Now, with the blank patterns, you can only teach stuff to make if you've got it in your inventory. As for, if you wanted to make a wet sponge is a bad example, but say obsidian helmet. So if I click it there, the only reason why I can actually use a blank pattern now to make an obsidian helmet is because I've got the obsidian in here. If I didn't have the obsidian in here, I wouldn't be able to do the pattern. So what they've got in is a mod called AE2 stuff, and this thing's pretty cool. I was thinking to myself, why have they got this? Well, it's pretty cool because if you want to make something that you haven't got, if I wanted to make that, it allows you to be able to do the pattern for this. Even though I haven't got any of this in stock or in my inventory, I can actually create a pattern. So it's really cool just to quickly create loads of patterns ready for when you need them. So I managed to create a pattern. I got a 64k storage cell there, some crafting. So a lot of the ME stuff is taken care of, as in, so if I go to applied, you can see there a lot of it is crafted. So we've got covered cables, we've got dense covered cables, we've got glass cables sorted, ME bus, import buses, export buses, storage buses. So yeah, we've got that craft. But I want to do some autocrafting today, and hopefully connect up these storage buses as well. So we're going to need a couple of these storage buses. Let's build 2 of them, and yeah, we've got everything. So see, I've also taught it how to craft the sticky pistons and standard pistons, so it's going to know how to do that. One's got 2 available. Okay, we're going to need some more of them at some point anyway. But yeah, let's get those 2 crafted, and that shouldn't take too long. What else are we going to need? We're going to need some cable, and I need to make some dense cable, probably a good 10. We've got enough. See, it uses 40 wool, also 20 fluix crystals, which we've got. It's going to craft 40 ME glass cables to do that, but we're gonna need them, and we're also going to need some regular cables. I think I'm going to make 100 if I can. There we go. Okay. So that's crafting loads. Now, I did make a conversion monitor, thinking it's going to show me exactly what these are crafting, and you can kind of see how they're making things. I think it's done already. I think we've made 100 cable. 100 cable. I think we've done quite a bit already. So there we go. We've got nearly 2 stacks of this. We got 10 dents. Let's put that in there. I don't need that. And what else do we craft? The storage buses. We're going to need them. We've got 3 more ME interfaces, and we should have some molecular. Yeah, we've got 5 of them. Now, the trouble is, we can only get 8 channels. So we've actually got 8 channels here. We know that because we put a smart cable on the side of here. There we go. So a smart cable, so we know it's 8 channels. So every single one of these ME interfaces take a channel. Now the trouble is, when we access our interface terminal, we've got next to no space left. We've only got a few spaces left for patterns, so we've run out. So what you could do is just use another, maybe use the rear one and run another cable going all the way down and add another 8. But instead of that, what I'm going to do is we're just going to put a dense cable straight to this thing here, and it allows us to have 32 connections. Pretty cool, eh? So we'll break this, and we'll break all this along here. Okay, so we're going to come straight off here because dense cable is quite expensive, so you want that to have as short as run as possible, and I think that'll be good enough. And it is the size of a block. You know, this dense cable is pretty dense. There we go. So let's just come down off here. Brilliant. Okay. So that means now we've got 32 channels. Now, if you wanted to double check that, we can break this one here, and we can make a smart dense cable. Excuse me, smart dense cable. So smart dense cable, and we make it by doing redstone and glowstone with a cover cable. So I need a crafting terminal in order to do this. Just type in smart again. There we go. And put them back in. So we got a smart cable there, so we can just connect that up to this side, and it should say 32 channels. There we go. 0 of 32 or 8 of 32. So only 8 are used, so we can actually increase now our ME interfaces. Let me get out of here. There we go. So now we can increase this thing up to 32 ME interfaces just using that one side of that block. Pretty cool, hey? So we do that. We do that. We got some molecular. One there. Okay, and yeah, we need to make more. But we're going to fill this whole wall up, and I think we've only used... How many channels have we used there? We've only used... Yeah, they're all working. There's all power. 8. We should have used 9, 10, 11. We should use 11 channels, not 8. Is that device online there? That is lying because we are using more channels than 8, I promise. Maybe when we log out and log back in, that will correct itself. But for the time being, yeah, we've got a dense cable run down there, and we're going to fill this wall full of ME interfaces and molecular, because now on the ME interface terminal, we've got more space. No, we haven't. Why isn't that working? That should be working. Eight channels. We've got dense cable going all the way through. Or maybe this can only handle 8 channels as an input. Okay, let me try something. Let me take that there. And if we run that to there, that's 8 channels. And then we run that to that side. So now are we showing more channels? No, just 8. Okay, well, we'll leave that for the time being. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll have a think and maybe see if I can sort it. So what we're going to do is, 8 channels. Okay. Yeah, we're going to run this all the way down here. Because we're going to go to our storage buses. And I don't think there's any losses for as long as the cable, you know, so the cable could be 100 miles long, and I don't think there's any losses with an ME system. Okay. So again, we can only have 8 channels coming off this, and apparently you can only have 8 channels coming off a dense cable. I am going to relog and see if that makes any difference. Okay, we've still got a bit to go. Okay, so now we need a storage bus, which we've got here. Now this storage bus is pretty cool because it's going to see everything that this block is connected to. So we stick that on the bottom. Now we want to give it a priority of, say, 50. So this one means that it's going to store these items. It's going to store them in these drawers here as a priority rather than store them in the ME system, because I don't want to store all this thousands and thousands into the ME system. So we do that, and then we hook that up, and we should now see thousands of iron and different ore types in our ME system. Let's check it out. Okay, yeah, there we go. 25,000 aluminium, 5,000 basalt, ardite, black quartz, and you can kind of see compressed stone, 11,000 gold. Yeah, so we're seeing all our inventory that we got in the other room here. Pretty cool, eh? So if we just jump down here, we can continue this going around. Whoops. And we'll hook it up to this one here. So we need another storage bus to this. And again, set the priority to 50. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, so now we should start seeing all that inventory as well. And that is only 2 channels. That is only 2 channels. Now, I do want to, I feel like I'm going to log off and just see, because this should work. There's no reason why this shouldn't work. I'm going to just pause the recording here. I'm going to log out, log back in, and see if it makes any difference. Back in a sec. Okay, relogging made no difference because, okay, so we got more channels now. We got 11 out of 32, which is what we should have. But what it looks like you can only build these in 8, and that makes sense because these cables only carry 8 channels. Now, when I put this up to dense cable straight into this thing, it still only allowed me 8 channels. So it looks like you can only build these in blocks of 8. So what we're going to do is come off here, 8 channels into there, and build up another 8 here, and then we'll have another 8 over here, and then you use the other side of the cable underneath, and then we'll probably build another 8 somewhere, you know, maybe somewhere else. But yeah, so we're still going to get 32 ME interfaces along the wall. It's just that we need to put space in after every 8. So we could probably make these a little bit higher. So let's build a couple more interfaces. And I think I've got these on a craft. Yeah, interfaces. So we want to build 1, 2, 3. Can we build that? There we go. Okay. Very quick. See how quick that was? Boom. And it's because we got all these molecular assemblers. Oh, so let's put you there. Let's put you there. Put you there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably gonna go. Oh, not you there. Up there. And there. So we need 1, 2, 3 more molecular assemblers. And we should see the channels change now. 15. There we go. Okay, we nailed it. So we need 3 of them. There we go. I love this AE system. Once you get the crafting done, it's awesome. Okay, so this one can use that, and that. This one can use that, and that. This one can use that and that. So each one's got kind of a minimum of 2 to use. This one in the corner has only got 2. That one there's got 4. That one there's got 3. That one there's got 3. So I think that's probably the best way to put it. So we're gonna slim this one down and create the same. Oh, okay. All my patterns are gonna come out. That's a pain. And it's kind of built the wrong way, but we should be okay. So we want that there, that there. That there. So that's got 3. That's got 3. That's got 3. That one there's got 2. And there should be another molecular there, I think. Okay. So it's just one more molecular. It's not called molecular. I don't know. Let's just make one more. Okay. Thankfully, none of the patterns that we took out is anything to do with this pattern. But okay. So we've got an 8 and an 8, and we should be 16 channels, and we've got another 2 sides of this, so we can put another 8 along here. Happy days. So we've got plenty of space now. So if we go into the ME, not down here. If we go into the interface here, we should start putting these back in here. You can't shift click, unfortunately, but yeah, so he's running out of space, so we had to do something, and I think that giving us 32 ME interfaces is going to give us quite a bit of space now for stuff to craft. And as you can see there, we've got loads of space. Happy days. Okay, what are we doing now? Let's put some stuff away. Let's put you away, you away. What I would like to do is kind of sort out some auto smelting of my ores and things like that. And also that, let's just start off real simple. Let's get the pulverizer and let's work through that. I haven't done this before, so we haven't got a pulverizer here. Let's build one. Although, did I put one in there? I might have put one in there from upstairs. Let's have a look. Yeah, we got a pulverizer. Okay. So, if we stick a pulverizer here, for instance, okay, we're going to need some item ducts. That's a fluid duct. Impulse item duct. There we go. And we're going to need a servo, so we'll use one of these. What else are we going to need? We're going to need ME interface. An ME interface, which we got one here. What else are we going to need? Obviously, we're going to need some cable. Okay. So underneath, okay, I think that's going to be used for there. So this one here, I might want to run some dense cable. We can always change it up later. Let me just okay. So I'm going to have this come down here through here. Come on. There we go. And so the cable's going to come through here. I know it's a bit of a mess at the moment. I'm just thinking on the fly. And we want to be able to connect. So the ME goes here. Let's just turn off these for the moment. There we go. So we want the cable to come up through here. Okay. Ooh. So yeah, and I think we're breaking through here. Yeah. So the cable's going to run along here and into the... It's not going to look pretty, but all this is going to be closed off. You're not going to see any of this, so it doesn't really matter. Where's the cable? So this is going to be 8 channels. So we can only have 8 machines on this cable. Is it worth making dents? How much material do I need for dents? Because we're going to need a lot of dents. Basically, dense cable going through there, and we can have multiple channels. Yeah, how many is that? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're probably going to need a good 20 dense cable to... Let's make 15 if we can. Yes, we can. Okay. 3. Okay, it's making it. You can kind of see it over here as it's making. That's pretty cool. So it's like using 4. It's using 4 of these molecular things, so it makes it everything a lot quicker. You know, some are making cables, some are making wool, and it looks like it's all done. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to use dense cable just to future-proof it, as it were. Okay. So as we know, dense cable is 32 channels. We're going to come out this way. Okay. And then we can run it along here. Oh, that's the end of the wall. Right. Oh, I've got 3 more. My calculations were wrong. Ah, there we go. Another 3. Spot on. That should be enough. That should be enough dense cable. Okay, so 32 channels we've got on that one side, so we shouldn't need to worry. And then what we can do is just come off So this can have 8 channels. So we can have, no, we don't want that on there at the moment. So what we need on there is it an export or an import? I can't remember. I think it's an import bus. No, it's an interface. I think it's an interface. Have we got another ME interface? ME. Yeah. Now, if you stick these interfaces, I think, into your crafting grid, yeah, we've got these. I don't know. Okay. I think this is how it works. So if we stick an interface in the back of here, and we can there we go. So that's connected now, that interface. So, and this is the pulverizer. Now using, you can put that there with a servo just to say bring anything out, and that brings it back into the ME system. I think this is how it works. So we do need to give it power as well. Have I got any relays on me? Yes, I do. My wrench. Actually, I think I've got a power cell that I can use in the back of here. Power cell, yes I have. So if I use a power cell just at the back of here, and that can power all these machines once we get going. Stick that there, stick one of you on there, because the power requirement for these machines are not that great. There we go. Okay. Right, fingers crossed. Okay, so this thing's got power. We've got that connected, blah, blah, blah. Now, what we need to do is kind of teach the pulverizer and what it does, or teach the ME system what the pulverizer does. So if we go to our pattern terminal, there's a box here, it's like a crafting pattern. So if we take, say, iron. So if we say we take one of these, there we go. So one of these equals, let's take some iron. No, it doesn't. It doesn't equal that. It equals, okay, pulverized. So it pulverized iron. So let's go into here and pulverize that. Okay, so it equals 2 of these. So 1 iron ore equals 2 of them. Encode the pattern. There we go. Now, if we put that in here, and we say, right, okay, so now we can do that. Oh, whoops. Where did that go? Oh. Put that in there. Now, if we call for more pulverized iron, so if we go to iron, take that out, it says craft. Now I think we can craft two of these. So it says one of them is available to craft that. Start, and this thing should fire up. It doesn't. No. Okay. Crafting. Cancel that. So I don't think it's an ME interface on the back. I think it's an import bus. Let's make an import bus and try that. Import bus. Let's make one of them. There we go. And cable. Okay. No, it's not an import bus either. It is the ME interface. Why isn't that working? It's not that. It's the ME interface. You got a cable to connect it. Okay. Oh, because I haven't set any inputs, have I? Okay. Okay. So that's the front, side, top. Which was the rear? I think that's the rear. So we're going to have that as an input. So blue is input and output is going to be the top. There we go. Now that should work. Iron. Let's craft 2 of these. No. Auto input. There we go. Enabled. Okay. So it's because I had that. Okay, so that works a treat. Brilliant. So now we go in here. We should have 2. That should go back into the system. So where's that gone to? That should go back. Okay. Now I could use an import bus and a cable. And it's pulling it back out. Okay, cool. Right, so that's probably what I was missing. So I thought that actually pulled, I thought this done both, to be honest. Yeah, I thought that had done both, but it looks like you need one to put it back, import it back into the system, and you've got another one that, okay. So let's try this again. Iron, let's take that, and say we want to craft 4 of these. Start. This thing kicks in. There we go, that's done. And iron, we got 4. Okay, so I've probably done it in a bit of a wonky way there. I don't know whether this is, I'm probably going to need to put that on the bottom. Oh no. Probably going to need to put that on the bottom. Import bus. So the other machines, it's not going to interfere. There we go. Okay, so we got it working. And it's 34 minutes into the episode. So I'm going to carry on and similar way to this. So what we can now we've got that there. Let me just do one more thing, which is pretty cool. Is we can actually tell it now. Okay, so we've got the pulverized iron. So we can teach it to this. So let's go to iron. So we've got one pulverized iron. No. One pulverized iron makes one ingot. And we've encoded that pattern. So let me quickly go get the furnace. I think I might have a furnace in here. An extra long. No, we're not going to use one of them. Extra long episode for you guys. I just want to set another one up just so we can see it working. So we can process iron on the fly. We don't have to worry. Redstone furnace. There we go. Let's see if this works. So redstone furnace, I'm going to stick in. Oh, we can always spin it around with a crescent hammer if need be. Where's my crescent hammer? There it is. There we go. Okay. So we need to be able to turn all this off. Okay, again, so the top is going to be output. So the top is going to be output, and the rear is going to be your input. There we go. So we're going to need another ME interface. We want to disconnect that one. There we go. So we need another ME interface. So let's make that quick as lightning. Stick that in there. We'll have one of them. So that goes on the back. And we connect. And then we're gonna, we need an import bus. It feels I'm doing this wrong. I don't know if this is the right way to do it. Please let me know in the comments if not. But it does work. And yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like I'm doing it a little bit wonky, but we'll see. Okay, there's that. And there's that. And we need power. Power. And where's my wrench? There it is. There we go. Say goodbye to Sussex. Who we got on today? We got Shadman and Sussex is just leaving. Okay, so that's all powered, and we just need to need my crescent hammer again. There we go. Have I got another servo? Can I make a servo? I think I choked. Yeah, there we go. I got one here. Cool. Right, we've done everything the same. It doesn't matter if these are crossed. Now we just need to put in here the iron pattern. Now, just put that in there. Now we go to view, craft. So we should be able to craft now an iron ingot. So it knows to use the dust, and boom. Okay, furnace kicks on, and we're now crafting iron. Very good. Now we can upgrade these. We can put some augments and stuff like that to make them faster, but I'm really pleased. That does work. It just seems a bit wonky. I'm probably using too many channels. Like for that there is 1, 2, that's 4 channels. But it doesn't matter because we've got the dense cable here. So, you know, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So I think 32 is going to take all, if I do it this way. But I'm trying to think of a way of doing this with just one channel. I did think that the ME interface would go in and out. I didn't think I had to have an import bus as well. But I'll have a play off screen and see if I can figure it out. But let me know your thoughts. So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird episode. We've been stuck in the basement, but it's all interesting stuff for me. I've never done this before, so please bear with me while we do this, and I will see you all in the next episode. So thanks very much for watching. My name is Stockoglaws. This is Feed the Beast Revelations. Take care, and ciao for now.